Hello everybody. In this first of a 4-part series about the SuiteCRM activities, I'm going to show you how you can use and configure tasks inside your SuiteCRM system. Towards the end of the video, we'll look into how you can change those standard configurations in order to make very efficient use of the task in your day-to-day processes. Okay, so let's go. When exploring your SuiteCRM system, you might have noticed that there are two types of tasks. The first type would be inside projects. So there are projects inside CRM, and projects can contain tasks as well. And those tasks, as you can see, they have a relationship to the project. This is like a specific task related to this project that only makes sense if you have it related to it. You don't want to see it outside of this project, and you should not be connecting those tasks to any random records from other modules. So and then there are the tasks without the project relationship. And this is what I want to look into today. So when would you use this? Maybe you would be working on opportunities. So let's open up the opportunities, look into one. So here we've got one. Maybe we've just talked to, Alison Riggins, and we're inside the sales process, and Alison had a specific question about our product A and the installation or whatever. So and I've promised that I would get back to her next week, and therefore I would create a task. So a task is something of a special module, or like one part of a group of module called the activities. And there are others like calls and notes and stuff. And you will see them inside those subpanels here as well. There are special subpanels. They are a curating kind of subpanel. As you can see, if you click here on the actions button, then you will see you will be able to create records in different modules, which you will not have on, let's say, the contacts, where you can only create a contact in this case. So a task, you can create it here in the activities, and the activities means everything in the future or everything which is not done yet. So this is basically kind of your to-do list. And you've got the history. You can not create a task here because it would be in the history. So adding completed tasks doesn't make a lot of sense. Therefore, you would usually create the task and afterwards mark it as completed or status as completed in order to move this or show it now in the history of this record. So what do we need to do here? Provide installation details or something. And the status is in progress because I already contacted somebody from the production via email, but now I'm waiting for the reply, and I expect to receive a PDF file or whatever. And this will take a while. And therefore, I would say the start date, if you want to work with it, sure, go ahead. And the due date, which might be a bit more important. So I promised Alison that I would get back to her next Wednesday. You can add a time as well if you want to. So maybe 10. So, and since we have created, or we are creating this task from out of my opportunity, it will show directly the linked opportunity here. That makes it easy just to keep everything in order. So later on we will have this opportunity and we will have the task being shown directly from the system. And we don't have to worry about this one. What we could do is we could add the contact as well. So does it make sense to have both, one relationship to the opportunity, one to the contact? Yeah, in certain circumstances. So here it's one specific opportunity, and maybe Alison has several opportunities with us. So in this case, definitely I want to map the installation details to this specific opportunity, but we're talking with Alison about two different ones. So therefore, maybe with the other opportunity, I would have other tasks. Priority, since it's related to an opportunity. That means sales and income, and therefore I would say priority is high. Now I can add some description here as well, and other are just the standard system fields. We can ignore them for now and save this here. Saving this task will redirect me directly to my opportunity, since we have created this task from the action subpanel, from the action button here inside the subpanel. And as you can see, I'll see my activities and the task that I just created, and there's something happening in the timeline here as well. So it's like some visual highlighting of things. So you've got this timeline, which is new in 8.8, in SuiteCRM 8. And here you can see what happened when, in like different colors, and it just looks a bit nice and neat to have this here. So now you've got the task related to this project, and now you can basically work those tasks. You can also, if you want to work in those tasks on a day-to-day business, go into your list view, and then you see exactly the same thing, but instead of having like one specific task related to a project, you would have the overview of all tasks here. Let's go back to the opportunity, and let's assume we already talked to Allison and we delivered the email with the PDF installation details inside. So I would go back to the task, would say edit the task, and I have completed this task here. And then save it, and I would go back to the opportunity, and you can see it moved from activities into history just by changing the status. And therefore you can now nicely see, even if you're working with several people on one and the same record, okay, that was the history, this happened with this opportunity and or context and or whatever. One more detail about the task itself, you see that this one is a flex relate field. So you've got the opportunity related here, but you can have multiple target modules. So you can have tasks along with cases or with leads, with projects, with contracts, and so on. So therefore, it is possible to use this flex relate and just move a task from one record to another record if it makes sense. If you're working off from those opportunities, maybe it's the easiest because you don't have to move things around from where it's a bit hard to figure out like where it is related to. So in case you're working multiple projects or multiple opportunities, multiple contacts and accounts at the same time, then yes, you could go into the accounts and look at the individual task and do I have tasks here, or you can go back to this task overview here. And this is the standard setup of the task as it comes from the SuiteCRM installation, and I would tweak it a little bit in order to make it more efficient. So first of all, here at the top, you've got columns that you can choose to display or hide. And for me, the status is very important, and therefore I want to have this here as well. Let's click on Save Changes. So now for me, for my user, this status will always be displayed here as the second column. And that helps a lot because here you can basically see like this, what needs to be done next. The other thing that I find very important to work day-to-day business inside your SuiteCRM is basically to filter only those records which are relevant to you and to what should be happening next or what you should be doing next. Otherwise you see too many things. So the first filter that I want to add is something around the status, and I basically only want to see the not started and the in progress, maybe still the pending input if we have something. And then I call it status active. I make it a quick filter, and I want to order by column due date and make it descending, so we have the closest due date at the very top. No, sorry, wrong. Ascending. So we have the earliest due date directly at the top. So I click on Save, and now you see not started, in progress, pending. So all the completed tasks, yes, nice to see those completed tasks, but actually these are not that I should be working on. So therefore, I don't have to focus on them for now. So that's good so far, but you can still see the problem, 119 tasks, how to find the really important ones. So unfortunately, with the filters out of the box, it's a bit difficult. What you can do is you go into the admin area, and inside Studio, you add one more field to your filter. So you go to the tasks, and then you can see I just like to open them all, and then you see in the filters, you've got the advanced filter, which is basically the filter that you've seen here. And if you want to compare it, see subject, contact name, status related to, and these are the filters that we have available here. Where is it? Subject, contact name, status related to. So therefore, this is exactly what we're looking at here. What I want to do is I want to add the due date, save and deploy this. And if I reload or refresh this page here, in my filters, I will have yet another field, which is the due date. So now I want to just see maybe the next 7 days in order to just show like all the important things. Status active, next 7 days. So now save this one as well. And then I really reduced it down to 3 tasks, so I can see the due date, and here is what we need to actually be working on, because this one is only 3. This is my focus. And as you can see, I'm using the quick filters here, and it's very easy to basically go back from here. So I have 201 tasks, 200 imported from the demo data, and 1 that we just created. And if I just click on my quick filter here, I will be able to just focus on those 3 within the next 7 days. That makes working with tasks very efficient. So you can just look into this one here and get a very nice overview over all the different things that you need to do that are coming up and are being urgent probably. Okay, that's it for today. Thank you very much for watching. See you next time. Bye.